is Valley News Live at 4.
That a parent could read those words and also know that their son had access to a deadly weapon that they gave him is unconscionable, and I think it's criminal.
Breaking news in the deadly school shooting in Michigan. The parents of the alleged shooter are now missing. Good afternoon. I'm Stacy Van Dyke. The parents of the boy accused of killing 4 students at Oxford High School were charged with involuntary manslaughter this morning. But just into our newsroom, the sheriff's office issued an alert saying James and Jennifer Crumbly allegedly have stopped responding to their attorneys and didn't appear for a scheduled arraignment this afternoon. They're possibly driving a 2021 Kia SUV with a Michigan license plate DQG 5203. The sheriff warns the public to not approach them if they're spotted. Earlier today, the prosecutor in the case called the parents' actions far beyond negligence.
We have mom saying, at least you didn't get caught. We have the next morning drawing essentially almost explicitly what he was about to do. I expect parents and everyone to have humanity and to step in and stop a potential tragedy.
Under Michigan law, an involuntary manslaughter charge can be pursued if prosecutors believe someone contributed to a situation involving harm or death. If convicted, they could face up to 15 years in prison. We're following a developing story for you today after another child was hit by a car this morning in West Fargo. It happened around 6:30 this morning. The child was rushed to the hospital. The crash happened at the intersection of 26th Avenue and Veterans Boulevard. This is at least the 3rd child we've reported to you that has been hit by a car in this same area. The child in today's crash is expected to be okay, and at last check, the driver has yet to be cited. We'll have more on that for you tonight on Valley News Live at 6. One man is under arrest for pending murder charges in connection to an overdose death. The Pennington County Sheriff says late last night they were called to a home in St. Hilaire, Minnesota for an overdose. Authorities say they found a 20-year-old woman dead at the home. Later, deputies served a search warrant and arrested 23-year-old James Morin for 3rd-degree murder. Formal charges are expected on Monday. Summer joins us now with a first look at your forecast. Summer?
Thank you so much, Stacy. We've enjoyed a little bit of sunshine for today. Get out and enjoy it while it's still here before it sets, because the sun is setting on the last of our quiet weather for at least a little bit. Temperatures right now are mostly in the 30s. 34 degrees in Fargo with a west-northwesterly wind at 12 miles per hour. A little breezier in Devil's Lake at this time. 30 degrees with winds sustained at 20 miles per hour. The warm spot, Jamestown, under sunny skies at 37 degrees. Now, here's what we picked up for snow in our parking lot last night, right around an inch or so, and we're going to add to that, not tonight, not tomorrow morning, but heading into tomorrow evening and into Sunday. In fact, a winter storm watch for this entire area shaded in yellow. It does now include the Fargo area. That was the last update that came in about an hour ago. That's from 6 p.m. tomorrow evening to 6 p.m. Sunday evening. So we have first alert weather day to encompass your Saturday evening and through the day Sunday. Here's what you can expect. Saturday morning, fairly quiet with increasing cloud cover, and by Saturday night, snow begins to develop and gradually lifts from the south to the north. Wind picks up, snow continues Sunday, and Stacy, we could see some blowing and drifting snow along with some areas receiving more than 6 inches of accumulation. More details coming up in just a few minutes.
That's some serious snow. Thanks, Summer.
Yeah.
Police are still looking for the driver involved in an early morning crash at Chumley's Bar in Moorhead. It happened around 4:30 this morning. The car was found like this. As you can see, it has extensive damage. Police also say they're still trying to figure out whether the car was stolen. Owner of the former Glosser Images photography company, Jack Glosser, was issued an apology for the first time today regarding the abrupt closure of the business this fall. He posted the apology on social media saying he was, quote, ill-prepared for the instability facing Glosser Images when the pandemic hit, and that he couldn't pull the company out of the red. Glosser says he has no definitive dates for when customers can expect to receive their pictures and videos of weddings and engagements, but he says he's working tirelessly to make that happen. We, too, will keep you updated on this story right here on Valley News Live. Jamestown police say around 3 yesterday afternoon they responded to this crash at the intersection of 1st Avenue North and 4th Street. Nick Ahar sent News Dakota this video. As you can see, a pickup tried to cross 1st Avenue when it was hit by an oncoming van. The van then rolls to its side. Police say several people were taken to the hospital. Here's some video worth resharing. Take a look at this. The Minnesota Department of Transportation shared a flashback Friday today. 1 year ago today, a plane landed on I-35 in the Twin Cities. No injuries were reported. Emergency crews say they were just impressed by this pilot's effort to zipper merge from above. Minnesota DOT, by the way, says planes always have the right of way. 2 people are under arrest on potential drug charges following a bust at the Spirit Lake Casino in Devils Lake. The Benson County Sheriff's Department says 44-year-old Michael Garner and 41-year-old Joanne Teagan are arrested on drug charges. Authorities say the 2 had meth, marijuana, drug paraphernalia, a scale, and cash on them. Deputies also say the 2 intended to sell their drugs. The Omicron variant is spreading, with cases now identified in at least 5 states, and experts believe that number is likely much higher. Wendy Gillette has this story from New York.
Members of the White House COVID response team are calling for calm as the Omicron variant spreads.
We are equipped and prepared to fight the Omicron variant head on.
Cases of the strain, first identified in South Africa, have popped up in multiple states, including Minnesota and Colorado, while the U.S. is still battling another COVID strain.
99.9% of cases in the country right now are from the Delta variant.
A recent study published in The Lancet found booster shots significantly strengthen the body's immune response against COVID-19, which could be critical in the fight against Omicron.
Get vaccinated and get boosted.
New York became the state with the most cases in the nation when the governor announced Thursday 5 cases were detected.
We have to assume that means there's community spread. We have to assume that means we're going to see a lot more cases.
President Biden has launched a new push to fight COVID-19 this winter, including widespread vaccinations and increased testing.
In order to beat COVID, we have to shut it down worldwide.
Beginning Monday, travelers entering the country will have to be tested for COVID within a day of their arrival. The rule applies to everyone, including vaccinated U.S. citizens. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, New York.
A study published yesterday, which is still awaiting peer review, found that Omicron is at least 2.4 times more likely to reinfect someone who's already had a COVID infection compared to the other variants that have been studied. The jury is set for the manslaughter trial of former Brooklyn Center police officer Kim Potter. 14 jurors, including 2 alternates, are now seated in the trial over the shooting death of Daunte Wright. The jury includes 7 men and 7 women, ranging in age from their 20s to 60s. The judge says she expects opening statements to begin on Wednesday. In his first sit-down interview since the fatal shooting on the set of the movie Rust in New Mexico, actor Alec Baldwin says he's not responsible for the death of the film's cinematographer, despite being the person who held the gun when it discharged. The director was also wounded when the prop gun fired a live bullet. Baldwin broke down during the interview while remembering his colleague.
She was someone who was loved by everyone who worked with and liked by everyone who worked with and admired. I'm sorry.
A veteran motion picture armorer says the type of gun Baldwin used is not supposed to discharge like that. Baldwin's assertion that he didn't pull the trigger was supported by the film's assistant director. No criminal charges have been filed. Planners for Fargo's Holiday Lights Parade are taking extra precautions this year after an SUV plowed into a Christmas parade in Wisconsin last month. Tomorrow there will be extra volunteers stationed at key intersections to move barricades behind the parade as it passes by. The hope is that this will help officers keep unexpected drivers off of the parade route. In addition to that, police are asking for anyone with rooftop access in downtown Fargo to make sure those areas are secure during the parade. Police say it could be very problematic in an active shooter or suicidal person situation. As for us, the candy is stocked and the floats are decorated for the annual Holiday Lights Parade. It starts at 6:30 tomorrow, attracting thousands of spectators and includes dozens of floats, marching groups, and local organizations. Valley News Live will be there with our decorated Storm Team vehicles, handing out candy to parade guests, and we hope to see you there. Coming up on Valley News Live at 4, a simple choice at story time that can increase interaction with your little ones and help their development.
And outdoor plans tonight in Fargo looking a-okay. Temperatures relatively mild for this time of year. But tomorrow, if we'll see you out at that parade, make sure to have the hat, the gloves, maybe some hot chocolate on standby. We can start to see some light snow developing I'll have your hour-by-hour forecast and how much snow we're expecting coming up right after the break.